In this video, we're going to talk about the things you should never do in Malaysia. What is going on, YouTube? Greetings from my apartment here in Split, Croatia. I actually just left Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia after 30 days. It was such an awesome experience, and I'm definitely going to be heading back there probably a few months from now. Malaysia is probably going to be my home base in Southeast Asia because it's so easy and cheap to get everywhere else that it just makes a lot of sense. I've already put out a couple of videos from Malaysia and they're doing really well. I can't thank the Malaysian people enough. Like 80% of the viewership are from Malaysians. They're liking, they're commenting, they're subscribing. They're just an awesome fan base and I really appreciate their support. I actually had a couple of my new Malaysian subscribers reach out and say, you should do a video about the things that Westerners shouldn't do in Malaysia that are culturally offensive. So I figured I'd make a video not just about the culturally offensive things, but also things you just should never do in Malaysia. I came up with 6 things. This is not an all-inclusive list. If you're Malaysian or someone who's spent a lot of time in Malaysia and you can add to this list, please type those suggestions below. The community would really appreciate it. Also, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I make weekly travel videos to hopefully inspire people to get out there and travel more. If that kind of content interests you, please make sure you subscribe. And if you enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button. It helps more people find the video. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into this list. Okay, so the first thing is pretty simple. Never get in an unmetered taxi. This doesn't just apply in Malaysia, it applies almost anywhere, but specifically in Malaysia, if you get in an unmetered taxi, you're definitely gonna be charged double or triple what it should cost you to go somewhere. So you always wanna make sure you ask them to run the meter. This is especially true at the airport. You're gonna have all kinds of people coming at you when you arrive at the airport in Malaysia. Just make sure you find a metered cab. If they won't turn the meter on, don't get in the cab. Also, Malaysia has Grab, which is kind of their version of Uber. Grab actually bought out Uber. And if you use that app, you're gonna have a set price every single time and you don't have to worry about a cab driver trying to screw you over. Okay, so next on the list of things to never do in Malaysia, never enter a house with your shoes on. This is one of those cultural differences that people talk about that sometimes Westerners are ignorant to. In Malaysia, it is the height of rudeness to go in somebody's house with your shoes on. Shoes are considered dirty and they don't want shoes walking around their floor, especially since they walk around their floor without shoes on. So never wear your shoes in a Malaysian household. Okay, so number 3, this one's kind of funny. Never bring durian indoors. Durian is considered the king of fruit in most of Southeast Asia, but it has a repulsive smell. And if you bring it into somebody's house or you bring it into your hotel room, your whole hotel room is gonna stink for weeks and it could spread to the rest of the hotel or the house that you're staying in. So make sure you don't bring durian indoors. Eat your durian outdoors, throw it away, don't bring it inside. Okay, so next on the list is another one of those cultural sensitivities. Never touch somebody on their head or pass an object over somebody's head. In Malaysian culture, the head is considered the most sacred part of the body and should be respected. So if you touch somebody's head or you pass something over their head, it's considered a sign of disrespect. So just be aware of this cultural difference and don't be rude and touch somebody's head. Okay, so the next one is another one of those cultural differences. Never display excessive amounts of PDA. Culturally, Malaysia is pretty conservative and you're not gonna see locals engaging in public displays of affection. And so they're not used to seeing that. So if you're out there doing it, it can be considered rude or offensive. You also see signs in places like train stations, bus stations that say no kissing and hugging in public. Something like a peck on the cheek is probably fine, but just be aware of the cultural differences. It's not like Western culture where public displays of affection are commonplace. Okay, so the last one is kind of funny, but it probably is the one that impacted me the most. Never leave home without an umbrella in Malaysia. Torrential downpours happen at a moment's notice here, And if you don't have an umbrella, you're gonna be soaked. You might think, well, Kevin, why don't you just find cover? The rain comes down so hard and fast here that you can only take about 2 or 3 steps before you're completely soaked. Even if the weather report says it's not gonna rain, I can almost guarantee you that's a lie. Make sure you bring your umbrella with you. Okay, so those are the 6 things that I came up with to never do in Malaysia. If you have any other recommendations or you disagree with some of my recommendations, please comment below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. It helps more people find it. Maybe more Malaysians will come in and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Love